So Mother Teresa, what is she really all about, right? So we're going to talk about her kit today. We're going to understand it and deep dive into it so we know just what's going on, you and me together with her kit. I'm going to take her to Ice Golem 13 for you to show you her mechanics and just what her skills look like and what she can do in a team composition. Following that up with, we're going to get into her stats and her build, what I've got her in and what potentially you should put her in as well. We're going to wrap it all up with the masteries, what 2 skill trees I think you should take her into, what 2 skill trees I took her into, and what masteries I think are the most valuable for her to help progress your account efficiently and effectively. So her kit, just what is it? Her A1, it's a simple skill, right? Attacks one enemy, places a 35% chance of placing a 25% decrease attack. That is the small version of the decrease of the debuff, and is basically a 1 in 3 chance of landing it out of a 1-hit A1. This debuff is not very reliable, not very consistent because of that small chance and that low amount of hits. I don't rely on this. I don't build her for this. I don't use her for this debuff. Keep that in mind when we get in the rest of her kit. Her A2 heals an ally by 30% of this champion's max HP. Places a shield buff equal to any surplus heal for 2 turns if the target is fully healed by this skill. I like this skill. I really, really do. If you know me, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I really, really like my healers and my supports. I lean heavily on them and rely on my supports to get me through the content, right? I look at it as if my champions can't survive, if my damage dealers can't survive, then I can't get the enemy team killed. I can't clear the dungeon. So my supports allow me to do that. My supports keep my champions alive. My supports keep my damage dealers alive or increase their damage, whatever kind of support it is. My healers keep my team alive. And Plarium does a variety of different scales for the heals, right? So Plarium does this one. Heal based off of this champion's max HP. Also does it heal based off of target's max HP. Also does it scales off of this champion's attack. Chaplain, she's another rare Sacred Order healing champion as well. Has that one. So Plarium does a different variety of them as well. So which one is best? Which one is most reliable? I think this one right here. The heal that is based off of this champion's stats in some way, shape, or fashion, in some capacity. This one happens to be off of this champion's max HP. So the idea behind that is I can definitely rely on how big the heal is going to be when Mother Superior actually does her heal. If I can build up her HP, then her heal scales off of her HP, so her heal will increase as her HP increases. I like skills that are based off of or scales off of this champion's stats in some way, shape, or fashion. So they're reliable and consistent, and I know what's going to happen in the gameplay, in the content, so I can count on it when it comes down to it. Her A3 places a 7.5% continuous heal buff, that's the small version, on all allies for 2 turns. Places a shield buff equal to 10% of the target's HP on all allies for 2 turns if an ally's HP is full. So it's kind of worded a little funky. So when it comes down to it, the way that works is she's going to put a continuous heal buff on everybody on the team, including herself, if they're already 100% HP. So if the target HP is already maxed out, right? Yep, HP is full. If the champion's HP is already full when she puts this continuous heal buff on it, that champion will get an individual shield equal to that champion's HP, or 10% of that champion's HP. So they're going to basically sit at 110% HP with a continuous heal buff on them. So if they get hit and that shield comes down, they have that continuous heal buff to refill part of that HP. It's worded funky, right? Buff equal to 10% of the target's HP on all allies. So it's not like you're going to target an HP champion, and then that's the champion that dictates how big the shield is. No, what dictates the shield is that individual champion is receiving the continuous heal buff, right? So it's working. There's 5 different variables going on when it comes down to it. It's not like, I'm going to target Mother Superior, who has the most HP. And then that champion is going, the rest of the champions are going to get a shield equal to her 10% of her HP. It doesn't work quite that way. Her aura. She's a rare with an aura. Increases ally speed in all battles by 13%. It's not astronomically awesome. She is a rare, so it's pretty darn good for a rare. An all battle speed aura from a rare. 13%. That is basically like putting a speed set on every single champion on your team, right? Speed set, 12% increase, 13% increase from this aura. It's another speed set for every single champion in your team if you put her as a lead. So let's get into some gameplay real quick next for her. She is not my lead. I do have Jawbreaker in the lead. He does have a 23% speed aura in all dungeons. That's okay. If you don't have Jawbreaker, he is an epic champion. I got it. You can use Mother Superior. 13% is a nice little chunk of change speed increase from a rare. All right, so we are in Ice Golem 13 now. This team is not the top-notch all-star team I got. This is not my primary team for my Ice Golem 20. This is Ice Golem 13. I do have a slightly underdeveloped team. I do have 360s, one of them being Mother Teresa. Sorry, Mother Superior. I don't know why that always pops out. It does often for me. But, so I've got 360s, I got 150, and I got 140. So it's not the all-star team, not the worst team out there. A team that might be comparable to what you can put together for your content. But this is equivalent, the same composition that you'd be facing if you're facing Ice Golem 20, just a little bit easier champions actually to tackle, right? So they're making quick work of this for the most part, right? It's already 50 seconds in, almost done with wave 2, and here we go. There it is. Now we're to the boss right now. So really just 9,000 crit, 9,400, sorry, 9,400 crit from Mother Teresa. That was a pretty, sorry, Mother Superior. That was a pretty good crit for her. So, I told you before, I do not build her. I do not utilize her for that debuff, right? I do have Jawbreaker in this composition for his debuffs, not Mother Superior for her attack down debuff. I don't utilize her. I don't rely on her for her damage. I rely on her for her team utility and her team. Look at that shield she just put on Chevalier right there. That shield is almost half of Chevalier's actual HP right there, right? I use Mother Superior for her utility. I use Mother Superior for her support capability, her healing capability, her shields, right? That's what I utilize her for. She's got a continuous heal that she can put on everybody as well. So does Chevalier, so not all these continuous heals are necessarily hers, but she can put some on everybody as well. So, come on, there she is. Like that spot heal and Reliquary Tender. Good chunk of change on that Reliquary Tender, right? I think Reliquary Tender may actually has more HP than Chevalier, looking at that shield size there. Not too sure. Look at that, shielding everybody, continuous healing everybody from Mother Superior, because she has got that capability. I love her healing capability. Her spot heal, which is equivalent to almost, it's just over 40%, right? It's 40.1 or 41% of her actual HP when it's all said and done with, because I've got her booked out, because I've got her masteries increasing her healing capability as well, right? So her spot heal is 40% of her HP. She's got a good chunk of HP, so she's got a big spot heal. Those continuous heal buffs, only 7.5%. I got it. They're the small versions, but if she keeps cycling through her turns, she can keep those continuous heals buffs on, possibly even putting multiple ones on as well. As you can see, this whole team composition is geared towards the buffs and support in that way, which is what I love. I love that kind of concept for my teams. Mother Superior is keeping the team alive, though. She's got the heal. She just did 13,000 on that crit. She's actually putting out some damage. I remember, I don't have her built for damage, so I am really surprised at her damage output right now. 129,000 damage. She did the second lowest. Reliquary Tender was the only one that was lower than her. Chevalier was slightly above her. She's a 60, so you would think she puts stuff out, right? But she's not built for it. Her and Reliquary Tender did as much healing as each other. Reliquary Tender puts out the big continuous heal buff. Mother Superior puts out the small one, and she's got her spot heal. That's a lot of healing. Apothecary put out 0 heal, because Mother Superior and Reliquary Tender did the job. They got the job done. Mother Superior helped get the job done. So Apothecary had 0 heals. What the heck is that all about, right? All right, so now let's get into her actual build and what I've done with Mother Superior. So what I've got her at, I've got her sitting in triple speed set. I wanted speed on her as well, right? However, speed is not my primary focus for her. Mother Superior, what I wanted to double down on, what I wanted to capitalize on was her HP. I got HP gloves, HP percent gloves with a triple roll and HP flat. Can't get any more HP out of those gloves if I ever wanted to. And her chest is HP percent chest, right? So I wanted HP out of her. Her ring as well is an HP ring. HP banner. It is only a 3-star banner just because I don't have any other HP banners in my account. Period. I thought I had more, but I don't. And I thought I had an HP amulet there. Let's see if there is any. I love the filter system. There's a couple. I don't want to take it from Armiger because Armiger needs that accuracy. We're going to take it from Adriel. I'll take that HP increase. Come here. Sorry, Adriel. Boom. There we go. It's another 3-star. I got it. But her HP. I wanted to focus on her HP, right? I wanted to double down on that skill. Her A2, which does a heal, which is about 41% of her max HP, right? So I wanted to double down and maximize her HP to maximize that spot heal. So I knew what was coming. Her heal, her HP is 60,000 HP. She is doing heals in the realm of 24 to 25, sometimes 26,000 HP heal on that spot heal, right? And look at this. Go back over here. Remember, this A2 is on a 3-turn cooldown. So every 3 turns, she can drop a 25,000 HP heal on anybody she wants. That's a very powerful heal. And it's not just, I'm going to heal you up and stop at your max HP. Surplus heal goes into a shield. So she is basically putting 25,000 HP capability on any single champion that she wants whenever she wants. Not whenever, every 3 turns. Because it goes into a shield, then the shield's got to get eaten away first before you get into the actual HP. Unless you have a skill that ignores shield damage, right? Powerful. So I doubled down on her, and you should double down on the HP as well. Build up her HP as much as you possibly can so you can maximize that heal and shield combination capability that she can put out onto anybody out there. Afterwards, these are all her total stats here. I got 60,000 HP, 1,800 attack. Her damage off her 1 skill, her A1 is the only damage producing skill she has. Does scale off of attack. She's got a decent amount. Her defense is just shy of 2,000. I would like a little more defense. However, what the priority was the attack. Sorry, the HP. I want to maximize the HP. The defense was a little bit of a secondary thought. That is just basically what happened to wash out in the end. What I wanted to focus on was the HP and then the speed. So her speed is at 199. Her speed is at 200 speed basically, right? I got triple speed set. I got speed boots. I even got some extra speed coming out of the masteries as well. I wanted speed. You don't see it. You can see a little bit right there. I got +6 speed from the masteries. I'll show you how I did that in just a minute. Her crit rate is only 45%. Again, that is all just what washed out in the end. I do not have any actual focus on crit rate. She ended up getting 30% crit rate from just substats. Her crit damage is up to 92%. Same thing on the crit damage. Just worked out with the substats because I wanted to focus on the primary stat on some of that gear. Resistance is at 51 and her accuracy is at 60. Her accuracy is low. I don't rely on her to land that debuff. Remember, I don't rely on her to land that debuff. So the majority of her accuracy is coming from my Great Hall and from my Mastery, right? I wanted a little bit extra just in case it actually did proc. I wasn't worried about actually trying to make it happen though. So, Mother Teresa, when you build your stats on her, focus on the HP, follow it up with that speed, right? So what kind of masteries did I do for her? Her masteries. As you can see, I do have her maxed out here. Let's go. I did build her in support and defense. Obviously, at least to me, obviously, support was definitely a go-to and a must for Mother Superior, right? She is a healer. She's a speed lead healer. So she's a support, right? You need to maximize that healing capability so you could double down and maximize her kit, maximize her skills, and make her a specialist in that healing capability for your team composition, right? So she can fulfill that role, that one of the 5 brain roles that you can do and build your teams out of, right? She's the healer. She's a support healer. So I built out support. Maximize everything on the left all the way down I could do to maximize her healing, maximize her shield capability, all the way down to the T6 to give her that increased 3,000 HP. I wanted 3,000 HP because I wanted to maximize her HP capability, right? I wanted to maximize that HP. I did give her the accuracy on the top, the plus 10 accuracy instead of the HP, because for me, I thought that 10 extra HP accuracy would be a little more beneficial for her on possibly landing that debuff over the 800 HP, right? So yes, 800 HP could add to it. She's doing 40% heals of the HP, so 40% of 800 HP is roughly about 350 heal. I sacrificed that 350 heal for the 10 accuracy for the slightly increased chance of actually landing that small decrease attack debuff a little more often. So I also went with the Lore of Steel, the 50% increase on base stats of base sets. Triple speed set. I am getting plus 6 speed out of it from this mastery right here. I did give her the sniper for that, again, a slightly increased chance of landing that debuff. So she now has a 40% chance of landing that debuff. Didn't want to rely on the debuff capability from her, but I just wanted to increase the possibility of it happening on occasion. I went minimalized down the defense, right? I just wanted to increase her defense. I want to decrease how much damage she actually wanted to take, or she actually was going to take. I gave her the possibility of getting some heal. Heals the champion by 6% of their max HP. And each time an enemy is healed. During Icicle, nobody actually heals, but other content I take her into sometimes, I do run into that, so she can actually help keep herself sustained from it. It's like putting another continuous heal buff on her. And the Cycle of Revenge. I wanted that 50% chance to take a turn meter increase when my team is attacked with critical hits, right? So if everybody's attacked with critical hit, 4 allies, she has 4 separate 50% chances of getting a 15% turn meter increase, right? Statistically, she's going to get 2 15% turn meter increases. That's a 30% turn meter increase whenever we get hit with an AoE crit attack. If everybody gets hit with a crit. I like the chance because I want her to cycle back through. That's why speed is the second priority on your stats that you should focus on, followed by that HP. That's what I got her in. Thank you for joining me through the video all the way through. I greatly appreciate your support and hanging in this long video. If you haven't already, hit that like button, share this video with a friend if you got value from it as well. And if you're not part of the mission of creating the most comprehensive library of champion guides that the Raid Shadow Legends community has ever seen, hit that subscribe button. Join the mission, then I'll see you on the next video that's over there on that screen. I'll see you there.